GameStop is currently having a buy 2 games, get 1 free on all pre-owned stuff, which means we're gonna hop over to their website and see what we can find that's retro, that's well worth picking up. Starting off, I'm thinking we're gonna go with the Nintendo 64. Love the console. There's some really good games, and it's not loose disc. I'm gonna shy away from disc-based games altogether. First off, we've got Mario 64 for $37.99. So that might be worth it. Depending on what it is, it could be worth it. Let's go ahead and see. And the price might be a little bit more than what I'd want to pay normally, but it's worth $35 and they're asking $37. However, if we get that third game that's free, it might make up for this. So I'm adding it to the cart. I think the price isn't really that far off. I could get something like Ocarina of Time, but I don't think it's worth that much money. I thought it was like $30, $35 as well, but maybe I'm wrong here. They seem to be charging extra because it is Zelda, which I don't blame them. Oh, $28 or $40. I think we're going to pass on that one. These games are pretty cheap. Nothing here that I don't have or that's kind of standing out or jumping out to me that is worth picking up. I'd love to pick up something like Mario Kart 64 though. Let's see how much that is worth. If it's worth, it's not available. That's a bummer. I was hoping I could find some games that ooh, that's a really good price if that's available. It's probably not going to be. Kind of catching on to the trend. Man, let's go back and see if we can find like some Super Nintendo games, I guess. Because, well, there's not any Nintendo games that are available, or at least not many. Let's see how much Super Mario World's actually going for right now. I haven't looked this game up in a while, and I feel like $20 is probably about what it's worth there. Let's find out. $15. I don't think I want to risk it there. Maybe Super Mario Kart? What are we sitting at? 25. They're wanting 37. No. Mario All-Stars seems to be a little low, but Super Mario All-Stars is worth $20. I'm going to add this one to the cart just in case we do need another one to get a discount. I've been on a Game Boy Advance kick lately, so let's see if we can find something that's worth it that I don't have in my collection. I don't have this in my collection, and I would love to get it if the price is right. $25, how much do they have it for? I mean, these prices are overpriced by $5, but if I can save $30 on a game that's worth $25 to $30, might be worth it, but I might just end up be paying what it's worth. So Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, if this is available, it's a lot of money though, so it's worth $52. They're asking $60. I'm adding it to the cart, so it looks like we've got what, 4 games in the cart so far? Ooh, I don't have this game and I would love to have it in my collection. I just never got it for whatever reason, but I'm a huge fan of Mario and Luigi games. It's worth $27. They're asking $29. Gonna add this to cart and we will see what that probably gives us 5 games. Let's see if we can find like a 6th or 7th game. Maybe PS Vita. I love this game console. Maybe we can find some games that I don't have, like Sly Cooper maybe? Usually I don't like to get these loose cartridge, but if the price is worth it, I don't think I have Marvel vs. Capcom. That could potentially be worth it too. Let's see, how much is it going for on the PS Vita? $27? If it at $29, that's not a bad deal. Let's see how much this Sly Cooper is worth. That's worth $29. That's cheaper. Oh man, I gotta think about this one for sure. I want to be able to save money. We've got Super Mario 64 for $37. Super Mario All-Stars is free, or at least that's what they're marketing it as. That's free. That's not free. That's $29. That's $60. That's $29. That's free. That's $29. I'm gonna go through this and I will order, and you'll find out when everything gets here. I'm gonna do the best I can to do the best prices, and once everything gets here, I'll talk about it. So I'm gonna buy this now, and I'll be back in a few days.
Several days later.
Okay, so it's been a few days, and I'm ripping the label off, but I did just get this package from Gamestop. I don't 100% remember what I got. I ended up cutting away all the sensitive information, and I ended up getting 6 different games for a grand total of $193.81, and that was before the savings. I ended up saving $52.98, meaning the grand total was actually $140.83. Starting off, we've got Super Mario 64, which is in some rough shape, to be honest. The label is super duper sun faded, and overall is in pretty rough shape. It doesn't even look like they cleaned the pins, which is kind of annoying. We've got Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which I did assume was just going to be the cartridge, which it seems to be. And this actually is in really good condition. You can see the Nintendo on the pins. I feel like this was a good pickup. This is in good shape. And I don't have this in my collection, so you know I'm going to be playing this very, very soon. Then we've got Super Mario All-Star for the Super Nintendo, but let's see. Nope, they did not mess up. It is just Super Mario All-Stars, and surprisingly, this one is in really good condition on the front side, and then the back side is all beat up. Leads me to believe something weird has happened here, and then we ended up getting Legend of Zelda 4 Swords, which doesn't look promising right off the bat, to be honest with you. It's definitely seen some better days, and I can't tell if this is fake or not, but right off the bat, it's giving me some weird vibes. And then we've got some PlayStation Vita games. I'm a big fan of PlayStation Vita, and I was hoping these would be complete, but sadly, they are not. First off, we've got Sly Cooper. There's not really much I could say here. It's a good condition PS Vita game. As long as it works, I'll be happy there. And last but not least is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and it looks to be in the case. Overall, I feel like this isn't that bad. We're gonna have to pull out some systems though and test this, so let me do that now. Let's go ahead and start with Super Mario 64. Gotta go ahead and plug it into the console, turn it on, and then hope... Nope, it looks like it's not gonna start, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. We're gonna go ahead, then plug it back in, turn it on, and it looks like it is working, which is totally awesome. Let's go ahead and move to Super Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo. And let's see if we can get this working on my Super Nintendo Junior or Model 2. I wish they had the light for it because I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. You can see it jump a little bit there. So let's go ahead and reseat this and see if we can get it to actually work. And it looks like it's going to start up, which is totally awesome and definitely well worth it. Moving on, obviously, we've got the Game Boy Advance to test these two Game Boy Advance games. Let's go ahead and test out Mario and Luigi's Super Saga. And so far, everything looks good. There you go. Lighting right there is showing that it's working. I am glad that that ended up working. Then we've got Zelda 4 Swords, which I've never played or had before, so I'm definitely stoked to see if this one's going to work. And then it looks like it's not right away, so I'm going to go ahead and try to reseat it and see if that... Look at that. It already helped it. That's totally awesome. It looks like it's loading up, and there we have it. So overall, I'm happy so far. Let's go ahead and test out this PS Vita games and see if those are working. Now that I've got my Vita charged up, at least enough to be able to use, we're going to go ahead and test out Sly Cooper first and hope that everything works. Now, I believe you have to download these and install them, so I may pause it and come back, but it starts up, but for some reason, I can't find my memory card. So for the sake of this video, we're going to say this worked. It went ahead and downloaded it. I don't know what happened to that, unfortunately, which is kind of a big bummer. I'll have to go and dig through my bag for it. But it's time to test to see if Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is going to work. And it looks like it's at least installing. It looks like everything is working, which is totally awesome. I'm really glad that this ended up working. I am so stoked to play more of this. Now that we know that all these games are actually working, let's go ahead and compare the prices I paid on Gamestop's website to price charting to see if it's even worth it. Starting off, we've got Super Mario 64 in rough condition, but we'll overlook that for the sake of this. We're just going to look at loose pricing here. Right off the bat, $29.58. I paid $37.99, which is a little much, but we will keep going and see how much everything else is. We've got Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. I paid $24.99, and I'm guessing because it's that Mario tax, we probably paid $4 or $5 more for it, and it looks like $6. We paid $6 too much, but that is okay, I guess. We'll keep going because I feel like we might be able to make up for it because some of these games were, quote, free. Then we've got Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and I paid $30 for this. So let's see how much it is. Zelda 4 Swords for the Game Boy Advance. Where is it at? Okay, maybe that's not what I need to be looking up. Link to the Past. I guess that's gonna be how it works. I'm surprised 4 Swords didn't pull it up. There it is. Link to the Past 4 Swords. Okay, makes sense. $25.19. I paid $30 for that. Keep that in mind. Most of these I paid a little too much for, but whenever it came down to it, it was definitely well worth it. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. We did not get. We ended up paying $30 for it as well for the Game Boy Advance. And so, again, another $25.66. If this wasn't buy two, get one, we would probably be spending a little too much for it. Then we've got Sly Cooper here, which is just, again, the loose cartridge, but that's perfectly fine. For $27.99. Let's go ahead and find it for the Vita here. Actually, it's more expensive, so that right off the rip is good. That was $29.56. I'm editing this video right now, and I just noticed that this is the Sly Cooper collection instead of Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. Thieves in Time is worth around $30, but if you look this up on price charting, it's worth around $45. So add about $15 in extra value that I got because GameStop messed up. And last but not least, that Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is complete and totally awesome. I think that might help us out with our profit here. Plus the game is going to be awesome to have on the Vita. I'm really stoked to have that and play it. I'm definitely going to be enjoying that very, very soon. And complete, it's $30.22. I paid $29.99, so I saved 30 cents there. And gives us a grand total of $158.91. And if we would have straight up paid for it from GameStop without the buy two, get one free, it would have been $193.81, which is $35 over. But we only ended up paying $140, so we ended up saving about $20. The shipping cost a little bit more too, so with tax, it was $128 before tax, and then with tax, it was up to $140, so we saved about $18, which is not too bad. I feel like the condition on some of these games could have been better, but overall, I'm pretty happy with this little haul from GameStop. If you want to see me buy more games, comment down below and let me know. But I'm definitely super stoked to get Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for the PS Vita. I recently picked it up for the Xbox 360, so playing it on the go is going to be totally awesome. And been quietly getting back into Game Boy Advance games, so we're going to talk more about that on the channel in the future. But I'm getting out of here. I'm probably going to go play some of these games, so make sure you check out that video out if you haven't already. But ever since I bought this Game Boy Advanced from Lukey Games, if you didn't see that video, go check it out. I've been playing Tony Hawk's Underground, and actually, it's been a ton of fun, so you probably know what's going to be next. Probably Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I've never played this, and I'm really stoked about it as well. But I'm getting out of here, so make sure you check out that video out if you've never done it before, because I am really enjoying this. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm getting out of here, so check out that video out if you haven't already.